EverRise promised their biggest news yet, and boy did they deliver. I'm going to go through exactly what was said, what the news was, and what it means for us holders of the RISE token.
And you're the only crypto that I need. I'm gonna take these funds and make them EverRise.
Okay, so this announcement was huge, and it was all about the future, i.e. the longevity of the EverRise project, where the EverRise team see EverRise going beyond the roadmap that has so far been released to us. So far, if you look at the roadmap for EverRise, we see that following the successful release of V3 and the NFT staking lab, side note, which we will come on again to later, the RISE holders have shown their trust and confidence in EverRise, with now over 58.2% of the total supply of RISE being staked for just under 22 months, which I believe is unprecedented for an under 100 million market cap crypto token. So you will see that next on the roadmap we have the release of some more DApps, which like all EverRise DApps are expected to support and grow the EverRise ecosystem and provide much needed security and safety solutions to the DeFi crypto space. But you can see that beyond Q3 of 2022, so far, not much, if anything, has been released about EverRise's plans. Well, that just changed. Earlier this week, EverRise hosted their announcement AMA detailing their huge ambitions and plans, and this video is still available to watch on YouTube, and the link is in the description. And in this video I'm going to break down exactly what was said and what it all means. Jen, who you're going to hear speaking in a moment, who is the Director of Marketing at EverRise, first made it clear what EverRise's ambitions are and where EverRise see themselves in the years to come.
Now, I'm going to give you all a little bit of a peek into what we as a team see for EverRise. We are the portal to Web3 for the next generation of developers and investors. And I really want to let that point sink in. EverRise is the portal to Web3 for the next generation of developers and investors.
Now this is exciting straight away. EverRise's ambitions are huge. Most crypto companies plan to just be a player, but not EverRise. EverRise plan to be the portal, they plan to be the touch point, they plan to be the name that when anyone thinks of Web3 or DeFi, whether it's an individual token investor like me or a developer for a crypto project, they think of EverRise. Hold on though, there's still a lot more news to come, a lot more information to come, but EverRise just announcing the fact that their ambition is to be the #1, the biggest company in Web3 makes me so happy, because when I first got my head around EverRise and how brilliant EverRise was, this is the potential that I saw.
I just asked myself, where should I want to be? Where should I take this company to after 5 years or 10 years? We wanted to be like very big company, like #1 Web3 company in the crypto space. Simple. We wanted to be the #1 Web3 company in the crypto space. People will realize that we are the Apple of the crypto, or we are the Google of the crypto. Like, they will realize that.
The Google of crypto, huge. And here's TJ saying it slightly differently, but in an even more bullish way.
EverRise will be the security standard in decentralized finance. Look what we have accomplished in 10 months. It's mind-blowing, it really is. In this space with such a small team.
And TJ just mentioned something there about EverRise having a small team, which we'll come on to later. Now, how are EverRise going to do this?
I'm really excited to share that over the next several months, EverRise will be raising a seed round. We're preparing to enter into the next phase of the company, which is really a phase of acceleration, scalability, and adoption.
So let me just make this clear. EverRise are looking for key partners, they're looking for investment companies, they're looking for venture capital funds to help grow EverRise. But very importantly, they're not just looking for a big check, they're looking for partners, they're looking for key players that can help EverRise grow in specific areas according to EverRise's key objectives. Here is Peter, who provides legal counsel to EverRise and who also I believe is a lawyer, always good to have one of those on your side, talking about the direct impact to holders, in particular to stakers of the RISE token.
I wanted to highlight one thing Jen said in her announcement. People may have missed it. This, raising a seed round would enable, excuse me, the RISE token to do away with a 2% marketing or business sustainability tax. So it's exciting to know that the project can take light years of growth without having to take any of it from liquidity in any form, shape, or manner. And that to me is extremely exciting about this announcement.
So to reiterate, this is going to have a direct impact. The funding is going to have a direct impact to stakers of the RISE token. At the moment, there is a 6% tax on all buys, all sells, and all transfers of the RISE token. 4% of that tax goes to the liquidity reserve, which then eventually feeds stakers' rewards. And 2% is for marketing and or business sustainability, i.e. 2% is taken out of the RISE token and given to the EverRise company to sustain the business.
The whole 6% goes back into the buyback. The 2%, that's 50% extra, like Waso said. That is huge. That is a huge increase, and it will sustain the token. The token will sustain the ecosystem.
So what they're saying is, instead of that 2% being removed and taken out of the ecosystem of the RISE token, it's going to stay within the ecosystem of the RISE token. It's going to go to the liquidity reserve like the other 4%, and it means it's very healthy for the RISE token and staking rewards. And if we choose to, this can either be used to improve staking rewards or maintain them over a long period of time. But there's a whole lot more to this.
For me, being responsible for onboarding projects onto our ecosystem, this is going to give us an opportunity to have a more robust team. We'll be able to go out after more and more projects, more organized. We've had people say, you know, when marketing in the past, we'll have budgets to do more marketing, but most importantly, we are going to be able to develop more and more and more utility. That is all going to be powered by the RISE token.
They're going to be able to go after more projects, they're going to be able to provide more utility, and all of this is powered by the RISE token. So every utility, every decentralized application that EverRise provide is powered by the EverRise token. Let me give you an example of one that's currently already out. So EverOwn is a smart contract locker. EverOwn provides a security and decentralized solution for projects by locking their smart contract and newly generated liquidity on the blockchain in a locker. EverOwn currently already has over 20 projects using it, and a requirement for every project using EverOwn is that they must hold 10 million RISE. Now with 20 projects, 10 million RISE each doesn't have a massive impact in terms of the supply and the price of RISE. However, imagine when it's 100 projects or 1,000 projects using EverOwn, but not just EverOwn, 10 or 20 or more these decentralized applications provided by EverRise, all of which require some kind of holding or some kind of use of the RISE token. So supply going down, demand going up, you tell me what's going to happen to the price when we've got a token being used with proper utility.
As our liquidity pools get strengthened, the token starts to stabilize. When the liquidity pools are large, it actually enables us to do larger cross-chain transfers through our bridges, our native coin swap. So having healthy liquidity and feeding that pool until it gets to a point where it's very significant. And when I'm saying very significant, we're talking like we would love to see $100 million injected into our liquidity pools. That would be a complete game changer. People would be able to do native coin swap transfers for like hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially.
You see, it's not just EverOwn that's going to be positively affected by this funding. We've got EverBridge that's positively affected. We've got EverSwap, and we've got all of the decentralized applications that are currently in development, that are going to be in the future that none of us know about so far. However, it's even bigger than this.
These tools that we want to build, you know, that we haven't even mentioned yet to the public, we're going to be able to do them a lot faster with a lot more people on the team, and we're going to be able to gain significantly more adoption by hiring a full sales team. So
we can build more products and more services, more dApps quicker. We can unleash them onto the ecosystem. We can onboard more projects into that ecosystem because we'll have a bigger sales team with experience, you know, that are coming in from outside, from different, you know, realms, you know, and essentially it'll enable us to have networking that we've not seen before. People that have got experience in multiple different specialities in the crypto space that have a vested interest in the company and indirectly a vested interest in the performance of the token. Massive, massive impact.
Our total addressable market is as big as DeFi itself. This means that we are working in a multi-billion-dollar space. And look, we all know that DeFi is still the wild, wild west right now. So I want you to ask yourselves, what comes with building in an industry that is still young? You know, for us, it means that we are here at the right time, where the infrastructure that we are building can easily become the standard. And for EverRise, that's the goal. And we're going to get there.
So let's just elaborate on what Jen just said. So imagine if you invested in Google before that took off, or imagine if you invested in Facebook or Twitter or Instagram before Web 2 took off. Perhaps you invested in Bitcoin before that took off. Now Web 3 is expected by many to be the next big thing. So right now, in my opinion, do your own research, is a very good time to be investing in EverRise, who are one of a very few, if any, companies out there whose main objective is to be one of the main Web3 companies that, through its core, is powered by the RISE token.
Look, when you take in venture capital money, it's like getting rocket fuel. You don't take VC money unless you're building a rocket.
Now this is a huge statement. EverRise are building a rocket. Obviously not literally, but what I love about this statement is it shows EverRise's intent. EverRise are not just expecting to receive money and then all their aspirations come true, they've got a plan. It is clear by listening to the team and perhaps also reading between the lines that the team know exactly what they want and know exactly what they can do, not only with funding but with partners that share the same ethos, share the same values and share the same vision as they do about crypto and about Web3 and about the future of decentralized finance.
This is going to propel us forward. Jen mentioned like a rocket. You know, the company is going to be that rocket, and the VC funding is going to be that rocket fuel. I'm absolutely over the moon. This has come at a really important time for the company and for the token. I think it's going to take us to the next level, and we can certainly deliver on our roadmap and beyond in a very timely manner.
The support of the VC firms, the venture capitalist firms that are going to come on board, they will bring on, you know, relationships. They will also bring on some guidance. They will be able to introduce us to exchanges or other projects. And ultimately, we should see a rapid increase in the onboarding of projects onto our ecosystem, which both helps the company as well as the token.
So once again, let me speak to the holders of the RISE token. Time and time again, the team talk about the power of the RISE token and how it's behind everything that they build. So just think, the bigger that the EverRise company get with this funding, the bigger the RISE token gets too. And further to this point, let me give you some questions. Will these big players that are providing funding also invest in the RISE token? Will these big players, these big companies providing funding for EverRise also have other contacts that will be able to help EverRise in other ways? Perhaps with listings on centralised exchanges. The possibilities for speculation now we're going down the funding route are endless. Now the next snippet I'm about to show you isn't about the announcement itself. It is from Titan and it was mentioned in this AMA, and I just think it sums up the mentality and the ethos of EverRise and what EverRise is all about perfectly, and how they're about utility and how they're about fundamentals and not about pumps and hypes.
If you ask me, like, I mean, what is the success rate of EverRise? People might think that, okay, if the token price goes up like 100x or 1000x or 10,000x, that is a success. That is not the success. That is only like hype. The real success is shown by you, because you have shown that 58% of the tokens are staked for 3 years. That is, you are trusting in us to build these applications. That is the real big success for the EverRise so far.
EverRise have completed what they have done so far with just 14 members of staff in just 10 months. Imagine what they can do with a large team, with great partners and with funding. The potential is huge.
So it's a partnership between the team and the community. It's a partnership between the entire community and the entire Web3 space going forward. And I couldn't be more excited to see what you can do, Suresh, with a full-ass team of developers behind you.
I hope you enjoyed the news this week from EverRise, and I hope you enjoyed this video breaking down the news, and I will see you in the next video.
You're the only crypto that I need, and you're more beautiful than I've ever seen. gonna take these funds and make them EverRise. And make